1 minute. It's all it takes to change your entire life. 1 minute of focused intention can alter your brain chemistry, shift your energy, and open doorways to possibilities you never thought possible. And I'm going to show you exactly how. The most amazing transformations don't happen because of years of effort. They happen in an instant when you finally decide to step into a new way of being. You see, most people are looking outside themselves for answers. They're waiting for something external to change before they can feel better, be healthier, or create success. But what if I told you that everything you need is already inside you? What if the power to heal your body, attract abundance, and create the life of your dreams has been within you all along? This isn't wishful thinking. This is science. And today, I'm going to break it down for you. When you understand how your brain works, how your thoughts create your reality, and how to access the quantum field of infinite possibilities, you'll see why 1 minute of properly directed consciousness can begin to manifest even what seems impossible. This isn't magic. It's applying the laws of nature in a focused way. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's happening in your external world and what's happening in your internal world. When you think a thought, your brain releases chemicals. These chemicals are called emotions. Most people live their lives waiting for something outside of them to change how they feel inside. But what if you could change how you feel first? What if you could condition your body to a new mind? The latest research in neuroscience shows us that our brains are constantly changing. Every thought you think creates a neural network. Every emotion you feel reinforces that network. Most people keep thinking the same thoughts and feeling the same emotions day after day, unknowingly programming their bodies to remain in the past. Your thoughts are that powerful. They're not just fleeting moments in your mind. They're electrochemical events that have real, measurable effects on your body and your life. Each thought sends signals through your neural network and releases specific chemicals that make you feel a certain way. This is why you can remember a sad event and suddenly feel sad, or recall a happy memory and instantly feel good. Your body doesn't know the difference. Most people's brains are wired from years of living in survival mode. Their thoughts and feelings are dictated by their past experiences. They're living by the hormones of stress, adrenaline, cortisol, and norepinephrine. These chemicals narrow your focus to problems, limit your perception, and keep you stuck in old patterns. It's like driving forward while looking in the rear view mirror. You see, your brain is a record of the past. It's designed to remember everything you've learned and experienced. That's useful for survival, but it's limiting for creation. If you want to create something new in your life, you have to stop being a product of your past and start becoming a product of your future. Think about it. Every morning you wake up and remember who you are. You remember your problems, your job, your relationships. You remember your schedule, your likes and dislikes. And in remembering who you are, you're reinforcing the same neural networks day after day. You're thinking the same thoughts, which lead to the same choices, which lead to the same behaviors, which create the same experiences, which produce the same emotions, which drive the same thoughts. It's a cycle that keeps you stuck in the same reality. But what if you could break that cycle? What if you could disconnect from the autopilot of your past conditioning and connect to new possibilities? This is where that 1 minute comes in. 1 minute of truly focused intention, free from the limiting beliefs of the past, connected to the quantum field of all possibilities, can begin to reorganize the neural networks in your brain. 1 minute of elevating your emotional state can begin to change the chemistry of your body. 1 minute of true presence can open the door to the unknown, where all creation takes place. You have to understand your body has been conditioned to be the mind through years of thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same feelings, and living by the same unconscious habits. Your body has literally become programmed. Your cells have receptor sites that are specifically tuned to the chemicals of your familiar emotions. Your body becomes addicted to these emotions, whether they're positive or negative. That's why change can be so difficult. When you try to think differently or feel differently, your body starts to crave the familiar chemicals. It sends signals to your brain, hey, something's wrong. We're not feeling angry or worried or stressed like we usually do. And before you know it, You're back to your old patterns. Breaking free from these patterns requires you to become greater than your body, greater than your environment, and greater than time. It requires you to stop being a victim of your past and start becoming the creator of your future. In this state, you're no longer thinking linearly. You're no longer processing reality through the lens of your past. You're opening yourself to information and possibilities beyond your current knowledge and beliefs. You're tapping into the wisdom of the unified field. Let me share a personal story with you. Years ago, I suffered a serious injury. I was told I would never walk normally again without surgery, but I knew something the doctors didn't know. I understood the power of the mind to heal the body. I refused the surgery and instead spent time each day mentally rehearsing my healing. I would lie down, slow my breathing, and enter a meditative state. Then I would picture my spine perfectly aligned and healthy. I would feel the emotions of gratitude and joy that I associated with being healed. I wasn't just visualizing, I was combining clear intention with elevated emotion to signal new genes in new ways. For weeks, I did this daily practice. And gradually, against all medical prognosis, my body began to heal. Within 10 weeks, I was completely recovered, without surgery, without drugs. The doctors couldn't explain it, but I could. I had changed my body by changing my mind. Now, I'm not telling you this to suggest you should ignore medical advice. I'm telling you this to help you understand the incredible power you have within you. Your thoughts and emotions are not just abstract concepts. They're concrete forces that can literally change your physical reality. So, how do you access this power? How do you use 1 minute to begin manifesting even the seemingly impossible? Let me walk you through the process. First, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breathing. Take slow, deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. With each breath, feel your body relaxing more deeply. Now become aware of your thoughts. Don't try to stop them. Just observe them passing by like clouds in the sky. As you do this, you're beginning to separate yourself from the analytical mind. You're creating space between your awareness and your thoughts. Next, shift your attention to your heart. Feel the area in the center of your chest. As you focus there, begin to generate a feeling of appreciation or gratitude. Think of something or someone you truly love and let that feeling expand in your chest. This elevated emotion is crucial. When you combine clear intention with elevated emotion, you send a powerful signal to every cell in your body. You're literally changing your energy signature. As you maintain this heart-centered feeling, now bring to mind what you want to create. See it clearly. Feel what it would be like to already have it. Experience the gratitude and joy that would come with it. Don't just think about it, embody it. In this state, you're no longer bound by time. You're no longer bound by your past. You're connecting to future possibilities in the quantum field. You're literally pulling those possibilities into your present moment through your focused consciousness. This is where creation happens, not by forcing or struggling or worrying, but by becoming in your mind and heart what you want to experience in your physical reality. Do this for just 1 minute with total focus and elevated emotion, and you begin to change your brain chemistry. You begin to signal new genes in new ways. You begin to tune your energy to a new frequency, a frequency that matches what you want to attract. The key here is consistency. 1 minute can start the process, but daily practice solidifies the changes. It's like working out. One workout doesn't transform your body, but consistent exercise over time creates lasting change. Let's talk about how thoughts become things. This isn't just a nice saying. It's a description of how reality works. Every material thing in your life began as a thought. Your house, your car, your job, your relationships, all of these started as ideas before they became physical realities. Most people don't realize they're broadcasting all the time through their thoughts and emotions, and they're confused when their reality keeps reflecting their internal state. They're thinking about what they don't want, feeling the emotions of lack or fear, and then wondering why they keep experiencing more of the same. To change this pattern, you have to become aware of your unconscious thoughts and emotions. You have to catch yourself when you're focusing on problems rather than solutions, on what's missing rather than what's possible, and you have to consciously choose different thoughts and generate different emotions. This is where many people get stuck. They try to think positively while still feeling negatively. But remember, your body doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your feelings. If you're saying affirmations but feeling doubt, you're sending mixed signals. Your body and the quantum field respond to the strongest signal, which is usually your emotional state. That's why the 1-minute practice is so powerful. It helps you align your thoughts and emotions. It helps you generate a coherent signal. When your thoughts and feelings are in harmony, you become a powerful creator. Now, let's talk about the biggest obstacle to manifestation: limiting beliefs. These are the unconscious programs running in the background of your mind, telling you what's possible or impossible for you. They're like invisible walls that keep you confined to a small portion of what's actually available to you. Most of these beliefs were installed during childhood before you had the critical thinking skills to evaluate them. They came from parents, teachers, peers, media, all the influences that shaped your early understanding of yourself and the world. And now they operate below the level of your conscious awareness, silently directing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. These limiting beliefs aren't true. They're just thoughts you've thought so many times that they've become your reality. But here's the good news. If you created these neural networks through repetition, you can uncreate them the same way. During your 1-minute practice, after you've centered yourself in your heart and generated those elevated emotions, take a moment to identify any limiting beliefs related to what you want to create. Maybe it's, I'm not good enough, or money is hard to come by, or I always get sick in the winter. Once you've identified these beliefs, don't fight them or try to push them away. Instead, simply recognize them as old programs that no longer serve you. Thank them for trying to protect you, and then consciously choose new thoughts that align with what you want to create. For example, if your limiting belief is, I never have enough money, you might choose the new thought, I am open to receiving abundance in expected and unexpected ways. Feel what it would be like if this new thought were true. Generate the emotions of gratitude and excitement as if abundance were already flowing to you. Over time, with consistent practice, these new thoughts form new neural networks, and as the old networks weaken from lack of use, your perception of reality begins to change. You start to notice opportunities you would have missed before. You feel drawn to take actions that align with your new beliefs. And gradually, your external reality begins to reflect your internal changes. Let's talk about the biology of change and neuroplasticity. Your brain is not fixed or hardwired, as scientists once thought. It's incredibly adaptable, constantly creating new neural connections based on your thoughts, experiences, and where you place your attention. This process, called neuroplasticity, means that you're literally rewiring your brain with every thought you think. When you repeat a thought or behavior, you strengthen specific neural pathways. When you stop using certain pathways, they weaken over time. It's like creating paths in a forest. The more you walk a certain route, the clearer the path becomes. When you engage in the 1-minute practice regularly, you're creating new neural pathways associated with your intentions and elevated emotions. You're literally building the neurological architecture for your new reality. And as these pathways strengthen, they become the path of least resistance for your thoughts and behaviors. This is why consistent practice is so important. It's not enough to do the 1-minute meditation once or twice. You need to do it daily, preferably at the same time each day, to create strong, lasting. The good news is that your brain doesn't know the difference between what you're experiencing in your external world and what you're vividly imagining in your internal world. So when you mentally rehearse your desired reality with clear focus and elevated emotion, your brain forms the same neural connections as if you're actually having that experience. This means you can literally train your brain for success, health, abundance, or whatever you want to create before it happens in your physical reality. You can install the neurological hardware for your desired experience through consistent mental practice. Creating new neural networks isn't just about thinking different thoughts. It's about becoming a different person. When you consistently think, feel, and act in new ways, you literally become someone new. Your personality, which is how you think, feel, and act, changes. And when your personality changes, your personal reality changes too. Most people try to create change while remaining the same person. They want different results without becoming different themselves. But if you keep being the same person, you'll keep creating the same reality. To create something new, you have to become someone new. This is why the 1-minute practice is so transformative. It's not just about visualizing what you want. It's about becoming in your mind and heart the person who already has what you want. It's about changing your energy signature, your brain chemistry, and your cellular memory. When you do this consistently, something amazing happens. Your body, which has been conditioned to be your mind, begins to respond differently. The receptor sites on your cells, which were once tuned to the chemicals of stress or fear or lack, now become tuned to the chemicals of joy, abundance, and possibility. Let's talk about energy and frequency alignment. Everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts have a frequency. Your emotions have a frequency. And these frequencies are constantly broadcasting outward, interacting with the frequencies around you. When you live in stress, your energy vibrates at a low frequency. Your focus narrows to problems and survival. You become reactive rather than creative. And you attract experiences that match this low frequency state. But when you generate elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and wonder, your energy vibrates at a much higher frequency. Your focus expands to possibilities and creation. You become responsive rather than reactive, and you attract experiences that match this high frequency state. This is why the emotional component of the 1-minute practice is so crucial. It's not enough to visualize what you want. You have to feel the emotions associated with having it. These emotions change your energy signature, aligning you with the frequency of what you want to attract. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you want to listen to a station broadcasting at 98.6 FM, you have to tune your radio to that exact frequency. If you're tuned to 11.3 FM, it doesn't matter how badly you want to hear the other station, you won't receive its broadcast until you change your frequency. It's the same with manifestation. If you want to attract health, abundance, loving relationships, or anything else, you have to tune your energy to match the frequency of those experiences. And you do that through your thoughts and, most importantly, your emotions. This is why people who constantly worry about money rarely attract abundance, and people who constantly fear illness often experience health problems. Their focused thoughts and intense emotions are tuning them to the very frequencies they're trying to avoid. But when you use the 1-minute practice to consistently generate elevated emotions and clear intentions, you begin to broadcast a different signal. You begin to resonate with different possibilities in the quantum field. And gradually, your reality begins to reflect this inner change. Now, let's explore one of the most fascinating aspects of mind-body connection, the placebo effect. In medical studies, patients who believe they're receiving a treatment often experience real physiological improvements, even when they're given an inert substance like a sugar pill. Their belief in the treatment triggers real changes in their bodies. This isn't just suggestion or imagination, it's a measurable biological response. When patients believe they'll get better, their brains release the same chemicals that the actual treatment would have stimulated. Their bodies literally begin to heal themselves in response to their thoughts and expectations. What does this tell us? It confirms what we've been discussing, that your thoughts and beliefs have an actual physical effect on your body. The placebo effect isn't an anomaly or a curiosity. It's a window into the normal functioning of the mind-body connection. If a sugar pill can heal a body simply because the person believes it's medicine, what else might be possible? If your expectations can trigger your brain to release healing chemicals, what other changes might you create through focused intention and elevated emotion? The 1-minute practice leverages this same mind-body connection. When you vividly imagine your desired reality and generate the emotions associated with it, you're sending powerful signals to your body. You're instructing your brain to release specific chemicals. You're activating genes that might otherwise remain dormant. This isn't wishful thinking, it's applied neuroscience. It's using your consciousness to direct your biology. And with consistent practice, these temporary states become traits. The momentary changes in your brain chemistry become lasting changes in your brain structure. Let me give you some specific instructions for your daily practice. Remember, consistency is key. One powerful minute each day is better than an hour once a month. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine straight but not rigid. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Next, place your attention on your heart. Imagine your breath flowing in and out through your heart center. As you maintain this heart-focused breathing, begin to generate a feeling of appreciation or gratitude. Think of someone or something you truly love and let that feeling grow. Once you've established this elevated emotional state, bring to mind what you want to create. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Add details, colors, sounds, textures. Make it as vivid as possible. Most importantly, feel what it would be like to already have this reality. Experience the gratitude, joy, and wonder that would come with it. As you maintain this combination of clear intention and elevated emotion, affirm to yourself that this reality already exists in the quantum field and you're simply tuning yourself to its frequency. Feel yourself merging with this potential reality, becoming the person who already experiences it. After doing this for a minute, slowly return your awareness to your physical body and your surroundings. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and carry that elevated state with you into your day. Do this practice first thing in the morning before your analytical mind becomes engaged with daily concerns. This allows you to set the tone for your day and creates a foundation of elevated energy that can carry you through challenges. You can also do this practice before bed when your brain is naturally transitioning to slower brainwave patterns that are more receptive to new information. This allows your subconscious mind to process your intentions while you sleep. For best results, combine your daily 1-minute practice with moment-to-moment awareness. Throughout your day, notice when you slip into old thought patterns or emotional states. When this happens, pause, take a breath, and consciously choose thoughts and emotions that align with what you want to create. Remember, manifestation isn't just about what you do during your meditation, it's about who you're being throughout your day. Are your thoughts, feelings, and actions consistent with what you're trying to create? Or are you sending mixed signals to the quantum field and your own subconscious mind? Let me share some real-life examples of people who have used these principles to create remarkable changes in their lives. There's Sarah, who had struggled with chronic back pain for over a decade. After learning about the 1-minute practice, she began to mentally rehearse being pain-free each morning. She would generate feelings of gratitude and joy while visualizing herself moving with ease. Within 3 months, her pain had decreased by 80%, and by 6 months, she was completely pain-free. Then there's Michael, who had been trying to grow his business for years without success. He kept hitting the same income ceiling, no matter what strategies he tried. After learning about limiting beliefs and energy frequencies, he realized he had unconscious beliefs about money that were holding him back. He began using the 1-minute practice to align with the frequency of abundance. Within a year, his business had tripled in size. And there's Elena, who had always dreamed of finding a loving partner but kept attracting the same type of unhealthy relationships. Through the 1-minute practice, she identified her limiting beliefs about love and began to embody the emotions of being in a loving, supportive relationship. Within 6 months, she met someone who matched exactly what she had been visualizing. These aren't unusual cases. I've seen thousands of people create similar transformations by applying these principles consistently. The key is persistence. Most people give up too soon, not realizing that change often happens gradually until it happens suddenly. Think of it like boiling water. As you apply heat, the temperature rises 1 degree at a time. For a long time, nothing appears to be happening. The water's getting warmer, but it still looks the same. Then suddenly, at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, it transforms, it changes state from liquid to gas. Manifestation often works the same way. You're making progress with each practice session, even when you don't see immediate results. You're raising your energy, rewiring your brain, and tuning to new frequencies. And then, often when you least expect it, you reach a tipping point. Your reality begins to transform, sometimes so quickly it seems miraculous. So as we close, I want to leave you with this. You are not limited by your past. You are not defined by your genes. You are not bound by your current circumstances. You are a creator, a conscious being with the power to shape your reality through your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. 1 minute. That's all it takes to begin this transformation. 1 minute of connecting to the quantum field of all possibilities. 1 minute of generating elevated emotions and clear intentions. 1 minute of becoming, in your mind and heart, the person you want to be. Don't wait for your circumstances to change before you change your thoughts and feelings. Don't wait for external permission to connect with the infinite potential within you. Begin now. Take 1 minute today to step into a new way of being. And then do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Remember, even the impossible becomes possible when you align your energy with what you want to create. Your thoughts are that powerful. Your emotions are that creative. Your consciousness is that transformative. You just need to harness this power with intention and consistency. 1 minute. That's the first step on the journey to creating the life you've always dreamed of. 1 minute that can change everything. Begin today and watch as even the impossible manifests for you.